Right, this is my printer. I've fitted this mountain thing that fits on the carriage here with a webcam on. Now the problem I found with this is it goes out too far because I have this tube feeding into my feeder up here, and this, when it's at the top like here on the left, it knocks this tube. I mean, it's not very often I'm printing that high, but usually I ask the nozzle to come high and to the left when I've finished printing, so when it starts printing it moves. Sorry about this, I'm trying to do this one-handed. It moves to do the home and it knocks this tube, and it's like knocking my feeder a bit because that's just on one single bolt up there and it's a bit loose and need to tighten that up probably. I'll show you from the other side when this starts up, which is going to start just now. So I'm going to be trying to print like a standoff for this feeder. So there's my feeder, belt drive feeding mechanism. So here's the feeding mechanism from the side, and you can see that this a carriage mount, which is a hinge method, so I can hinge the angle and tighten up the bolt, and it will stop in that position normally. I have known that when this moves right, this carriage, when it's at the top like this, now we'll probably see it just now. See that, hear that? Did you hear it? It clicked and banged against that tube. Really, that's the only time it does it, because I don't normally print, you know, up here with the nozzle up here. It's only when I'm hooked, well, after I've finished printing, I ask it to come right to the top and not to the left, out the way basically. But that's a nuisance. It could cause problems long term. So what I'm printing now is like a standoff, something that will come on here, move this whole feeding mechanism like further out this way to give a bit more space for this mount. Now I did shorten this plate on here, make it a bit sort of like not so deep in a way, but that helped a bit, but not totally. So it's just actually starting to print this. Well, it's doing the auto leveling now, etc. Just starting the auto leveling. So there's my belt drive feeding mechanism, quick release, just like a single bolt here on a spring that I can slacken off, unhook it and feed the filament in, etc, etc, or what have you. Very good. Okay, I'll just change angles to start showing the print just now, so it's just doing the auto leveling as I say. That's 36 minutes. So you can see the big hole that will be in the side here. That's done on purpose to save the plastic. Infill is set to 30%. You can probably see the infill there. That'll save plastic. We're going to pause the video again and come back probably another half hour, I think, give or take a bit. Well, it's 1.5 hours. The display suggests there could be another hour or so to go yet. So it's implying that it's going to be longer than I expected. But it's printing very well here. It's just starting to do well, some look like indents, but actually these are going to be holes to bolt it on. I'll just show you, this is like remote access using YARCam or YARCam. So this is what my web camera can see. Now actually could do a slight bit of adjustments, you know, right or left I think. But this is, I'm viewing this remotely. Now the software doesn't give you any control over your printer. A lump, well, when you're looking at this on the right hand side, this is looking from the back of the model. Just the way the web camera is. I don't know why it's done that. There's a hole there for a bolt. So it's, I estimate it's got about another 5 or 10 minutes, maybe quarter of an hour to go before it's finished. So I thought I'd show you this. Now I can make this bigger, just normal zoom in the browser. I can make it smaller. When I make it smaller, it looks a bit sharper, I think. And we've got quality, which I've set to 100%. I had to change the coding a bit to do that. We've got scale, which sort of makes it smaller a bit there. FPS we can do. So here's YARCam. Yet another webcam software, and you can do quite a bit with it. As you see here, there's a list of some of the things you can do. No sound built into YARCam or YARCam, but there is a workaround for that apparently. Very good. If you just want a basic webcam, I just plug my webcam into my laptop, which is near my, well, it just happens to be near my printer in a way. And then I can access this web camera anywhere I've got internet access. Now the address does change sometimes, so well, you can put security links on, passwords on and such like on your website address to stop people, other people watching it, invite people to join to watch it and things like this, I believe. I just use it for basic viewing. You can change the text down here. It's reasonably powerful. So that's a look at what my remote viewing software can see. I'll come back when this print's finished, I think. So it's finished, 2 hours 12 minutes. Quite a bit longer than I thought it was going to take. Now there's a bit of a lump on there. Oh, it's loose. Loose, small sort of strings. Pretty good. Let me see what temperature bed's on. I like the bed to cool down a bit before I try to remove it off the Elmer's glow stick. It's on 35. Is this? Yep, 35. That's okay. Usually that's okay. It's on there pretty firm. I'm pulling there. Get this like paint scraper, which I've rounded off the edges. A bit of sharpness on the edge, but you know I can't really cut myself on that. Just a wallpaper scraper, paint scraper. And see how that came off. So that's probably why we've got this lump here. That hole is a bit near this curve. But it's probably okay for me to use, I imagine. So a good print. So a big gap in here, so I'm not like filling that full of plastic. That will save quite a bit of plastic, and it's still, that's putting quite a bit of pressure on that. That's okay. Try and show you the maybe a bit of, well, not much. I was going to say winging down there, what they call winging, but not too bad. Only that sort of hole there, probably a bit near the edge, as I say, a bit near that curve. But really I think it's only this top bolt I'll be using. So I've got a few bolts in for different size carriages. Maybe that hole should be there yet. Yeah, it should. But I think that curve has been too close there. Yeah, a good print apart from that. I mean, it's good enough to use for me. So that's to go on my carriage. And my carriage does have about a 20-degree sort of slant on it, basically, as part of the design. So this will go this way and the feeder will go on that side. That is a plan. I'm going to fit that, and then I'll come back and show you that fitted, and we'll see if it works. Stop this pipe sort of catching in a way. Well, here I've fitted this standoff on to my carriage here. And when I looked at it, it looked still pretty close, even though this moves this feeder out about 50 odd millimeters. This gets very close to my wall here. We'll probably just get in at the quick release mechanism at the back. So here's a auto home. See, just about gets past there, I think. But I think that's going to be okay. Well, not bang into that tube like it was earlier on the speeding mechanism. But there's, as I say, the quick release sort of thing here. Slacken that off. That hooks up. And then I can feed the filament whatever I want to do quite easily. So that's my standoff. So mine, this angle here is about 20 degrees either side, like going down. It's hard to show you this. See sort of the angles on here. Sorry about the lighting here, but it was when I came to home sort of thing. Notice how tight this bend is here, because by moving the feeding mechanism back in a way, it's stretching this tube to go to the hot end out. So really I'll have to put a different tube on, a bit longer, to allow for that extension, that standoff I've put on. But apart from that, that should be okay. Okay, yeah, that's going to be okay, I reckon. Now why I have to, I would say that these steppers are reasonably heavy here, so it does put some strain on here, and I mean, I think this is going to be strong enough. It's probably mainly this bracket here. See that? It's got some weight on that, and because of the leverage, it's even got a bit more, well, pressure in a way. So that's my standoff, so that it will clear this carriage mount for my webcam here. My webcam